What's going on, guys? Alex Rose 814 EDC, and today I have a pretty exciting unboxing to do for you guys today. I already took, make sure there's nothing on. I already took the knife box out of the package because this is an unboxing that I was not, prepared to do today. I got home from work, and normally, so the way our apartment complex is set up, we have a postal box where everyone gets their mail. There's one on our side of the complex and there's one on the other side of the complex. So like letters, bills, anything like that gets put into our mailbox. And if it's a package from USPS, which this one looks like it was not. If it's a package from the USPS, they'll take that into like our main leasing office area, and they'll either be put in like Amazon locker type things where you have to like scan a code to get them out, or if they're all filled up, which 99.9% of the time they are, they just leave them right in that little room right there. So I got to go get them there. But if it's from, FedEx, UPS, any other Amazon Prime, any other delivery service, it gets delivered in our lobby of our building. There's 8 buildings around our complex. I live luckily right across from the leasing office, so I don't have to go too far for my USPS packages. But normally there are packages just put in the lobby for us, so we'll scan ourselves in, come into the door, and then we'll pick up if we have anything there. Well, I always check just to make sure because my wife's already always ordering stuff and things like that. So I always just kind of peek at the packages when I come in just to make sure she didn't order anything and I don't want to miss anything. So I looked, there was some stuff there, didn't have anything. Came upstairs, live on the 3rd floor, and as I was coming up to my door, I saw there was a package on the floor outside the our room or our apartment, and I was like, that's weird, because normally every once in a while you get a random I guess I'll get a knife and start unboxing this while I'm chatting with you guys. But normally, every once in a while we get stuff like right to our room, but it's not very often that we get that. It's kind of weird when it happens like that. But I picked the box up and I was like, I didn't know what this was. So I came in, before I let the dogs out of their crates, I had to check it out because, again, I was curious, and I realized that this was a knife that was being sent over to me from a newer company, but I was not aware that it was being shipped yet because I just messaged the company on Instagram yesterday, I think, and asked if I could get a tracking number whenever it was sent out, and they told me that they would update me when the tracking was available. So I said, cool. That's why I didn't expect it today. Unboxing knife is the Devo Knives Nip. And so that's, long story short, I've been rambling on enough for you guys. That is how I got this package in today, which I'm very, very excited. It is going to make a great Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you guys. You guys will be seeing this later on tonight when I post it. But without further ado, we're going to get into this. And this package is coming in from FerraMonster. Now, I'm sure if you guys are on YouTube and Instagram and things like that, you have heard of FerraMonster. It's been kind of taking, the knife roll by storm within the last month and a half or so. A lot of people are getting these in, and I decided to just pull the trigger. A lot of people in my pass around group were, saying that they were getting them in from them and things like that. So I was like, screw it. The worst I can say is no. So I shot them a message on Instagram and just said I really liked all their products, and, would they be, interested in allowing me to review something for the channel? And they were like, yeah, as long as, we'll send you one to keep if you do content basically on it. So I said, cool. I'll post a full review or an unboxing, a full review. It'll get posted on my Instagram, Reels, all things like that. And they basically gave me a pick of the litter, and I decided to go with, the Aurora Rays. You guys can see it's an M390 and plain gray titanium. There's 3 models to choose from, which I will leave a link to FerraMonster down below if you guys are interested. They have the Urban Grip, they have the Aurora Rays, and they have the Glideman. They're honestly all really hard to choose from. The Urban Grip is a front flipper there's 4 different variations of it. All of them have fat carbon inlays. They look really good. I honestly probably would have went with that one, but the blade was like 3.7 inches, which is a little bit too big for me. The Aurora Rays that I have, which I'll show you guys, is a flipper-only knife with some beautiful milling, and that's ultimately why I decided to go with it. And then the Glideman has a flipper tab and a hole for deployment, and it is the smallest of the knife, so it's in order of biggest to smallest. You have the Urban Grip, the Aurora Rays, and the Glideman. Fun fact, good thing I guess you can say. I'm going to be getting in the Glideman and the Urban Grip via the Lefty Pass Around group at some point, so I'm really excited to check those out and kind of complete the review process for all 3 knives. But without further ado, I feel like I've been rambling enough. I'm sure I'm going to get someone in my comments saying, "Oh, it took you over 5 minutes to show the knife." Well, I was chit-chatting, so beautiful box. FerraMonster has apparently been in the OEM game for, I think, 20 years or so, 20 plus years. But they most recently started doing their own designs within the last, I want to say, half a year, give or take. And again, they have really, kind of taken especially the YouTube, knife reviewer segment on YouTube, or that doesn't make any sense, the knife reviewer segment on YouTube by storm. So I'm very, very happy and thankful, I guess you can say. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. Very thankful that they are, were kind enough to send this out to review. Super duper excited. You get the soft shell package. You get a FerraMonster patch, which is very, very cool. You get a microfiber, and then you get a spec sheet. So FerraMonster. Then specifications. This is the Aurora Rays. Overall length 8.2 inches, blade length 3.46, M390 blade. And it's titanium handle, clip, and screws. So put this back in here. Like I said, this milling is some of the most I think it's gorgeous. It's different, it's unique, it's not something that I see all the time, but I was very excited to check it out. And it was honestly a hard choice between all 3. But like I said, I'm very excited to be checking out all 3 at some point. But there it is, guys, and just look at that milling. I mean, it's like a starburst kind of. There is the pivot, or the logo on the pivot. You guys can see it's a flipper tab. Nice backspacer with some jimping on it. Lanyard hole. It is a righty only milled clip, which has about that much sticking up out of there. So we'll see how that carries in pocket. But just a beautiful, I mean, that milling is just gorgeous. Has a nice texture to it. Has a good weight to it. Flies out of there. Very interesting harpoon style blade. No jimping. Relatively thin blade stock. M390 right there. Very, very comfortable. In hand, there is a ton of internal milling. On the shell scale side, you have 2 big pockets. And on the frame lock side, looks like you have 3 smaller pockets. It is a frame lock. No blade play. Very nice action. Now, granted, I've only flipped this a few times, but it'll obviously get broken in at some point. And another thing I was interested to go with the Aurora Rays because I'm not like the biggest fan of flipper only knives, but every once in a while I just really, really enjoy them. So I figured it was kind of a good combination to get in, to add to the collection. But really, really good action. Again, no blade play. Very, very comfortable in hand. That milling adds a great amount of comfortability. And it's very subtle milling too. It has nice, it's not very sharp. It's nice and rounded off, but very, very comfortable. I'm curious what this weighs. So I'll check that out real quick. It weighs just 3.9 ounces. It honestly feels a little bit lighter than that. And for being a 3.46 inch blade, about a 3.5 inch blade, which is about my limit on blades I like to carry. It doesn't feel like that, but yeah, very, very comfortable. Has a lock bar insert in there, if you guys can see that. Very smooth. Yeah, this thing is cool so far. So I can't wait to get this in pocket and to carry it. And you guys will obviously be seeing a full review on the Aurora Rays in a couple weeks. But again, huge shout out to FerraMonster for sending me over this beautiful model to check out and to review and to give options and feedback to you guys. I'm very, very excited for it. And yeah, at some point I'll be getting the other 2 FerraMonster designs in, and I will be doing a video on those. And I'll probably do 4 reviews, and maybe I'll even do a video with all 3 together. But fit and finish is really good. So, you know, FerraMonster definitely has that unlock, which I've been hearing all over the place from a lot of the reviewers in my pass around group, saying how good of quality they are, and just the fit and finish is fantastic. And, you know, I can definitely attest to that just holding the knife for, you know, 5 minutes or so. But very, very good. And yeah, so leave a comment down below. Have you guys heard of FerraMonster? You know, were you curious enough to pull a trigger on one of their models? If you did, which one did you get? And, you know, what are your thoughts on that? Because as always, I love to hear what you guys have to say about the stuff I'm reviewing and about the stuff you have in your personal collection. So, but yeah, again, huge shout out to FerraMonster. Can't wait to get my thoughts and opinions rolling on this knife and bring my full review to everybody. So, but that was my unboxing of the FerraMonster Aurora Rays. Drop a comment down below what you guys think. And as always, I appreciate you. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.